Welcome back. This is your boy Sid67, Mr. Razal Ghul, Mr. 187, Mr. 197, Mr. 776, Mr. Whatever you want to call me. I got so many AKAs I don't even know where to start. Now, for this segment, I'm going to be talking about how to save the Rec and the Park game modes and how to make them better and how to get people back into playing them and caring about what actually goes on in those modes, because as you can tell in the park, nobody cares. We got affiliations for no reason. Make the win streaks matter again. There's no reason to be in an affiliation. You need to just get rid of that so we can have one park so everybody can sit there and actually play the game and be in one area so that games are going on constantly. But I'm going to get to that. Let us start with park gameplay. You have to make streaking matter again. You have to make streaking something that people want to do. Here's a couple of things that can help. First of all, you know how you had rewards and everything for getting to certain things in season type format this time? Why don't you implement that for streaking? Say you get to a 10 game win streak, you get a certain reward. You get to a 20 game win streak, you get a certain reward. All the way up to 150 or 200 if you can get there. That would be incentive for people to actually streak and play in the park, because they can get certain rewards and certain things for streaking and staying on a particular court. Just as you're giving people these rewards for streaking, you need to give people rewards for breaking streaks. This will make them go out there and seek people who have streaks and actually get on the court. And multiple people will get on the court to try to beat these people in order to get these rewards. Say you take somebody off of a 20 game, it's a certain reward or a certain amount of VC. You take somebody off a 40 game, it should be a certain reward or a certain amount of VC or something like that to get people incentive to want to play the game mode. Something that they can strive for. You are taking away people's how can I put this? Excitement for the mode by not giving them anything for playing it. Yeah, you can get rep, and that's all good. That's all well and gravy. But say you give double rep if you take somebody off a 30 game, double rep if you take somebody off a 50 game. Those things are enticing for people to go out there and want to play the game. You should be giving people some incentive for streaking. That way, the park will be able to come back in a big, major way, because people will want to actually take people off streaks and people will actually want to go on streaks. Nobody cares anymore about the streaking. Nobody cares. You used to see a 20 game win streak and people would go nuts. They'd be like, we'll take them off of that. Remember in 2K16, 17, you saw somebody on a 30 game. Oh, we got to go get that. Make the win streaks matter again. Or a 30 game, people like, oh, they see that on the court, man. They know what time it is with us right now. And if they're getting the rewards for that, people will want to streak. Plain and simple. Now, when we get to the rec portion of this, the rec, everybody knows the rec is not really that challenging for people to actually play the game. You go into a pro-am situation and then you go into a rec situation, it's entirely different and it's not challenging at all for the most part. So this is what you guys need to implement to actually make the rec a little bit more fun for people. If you keep the same 5 out there, like most people do, most people keep their same 5 for a long period of time. If they're in the rec and they're actually trying to go out there and get their rep, make it so that the other team can see that this team is now on a 3 game win streak, 4 game win streak, 5 game win streak, something like that. Then people will know that they have to get up for this game. That's one thing that can be given as incentive. The next thing, you give people rewards for streaking in the rec. You get it a 10 game win streak, a 20 game win streak if it's possible, 25 game win streak if it's possible. You give them incentive for that. And you should also be monitoring people who have streaks in the rec as well and put them against each other. Put people against each other that are streaking. So if somebody's on a 10 game streak and you see somebody that's in the rec, make them wait for a minute or two before the game starts. I think people will want to wait for a minute, 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes if they're able to just wait for somebody else who's been streaking to finish their game and then get somebody who's on a 7 game or 8 game if you're on a 10 game, or vice versa if you're on an 8 game and they're on an 8 game, and then you play that game out. That would be crazy for the rec. It would be something that people would love. People would love that. And then if you break somebody's streak, you get a certain reward or a certain amount of VC for that. But if you keep going on your streak, say you get on a 20-game streak, there's a reward for getting on a 20-game streak. There's a reward for getting on a 25, 30-game win streak. You have to do those things in order to give people incentive to want to play the mode. Nobody wants to play the mode because it's like, it's just rec. Oh, we don't want to go to the park. There's no reason to go to the park. Give them a reason. Give them a reason to go out there. Give people a reason. And then trust me, people will play the game a lot more than what they're playing it right now. There's no reason for them to be out there. There's no reason to be in an affiliation. There's no reason for people to go out there and streak. There's no reason for people to go out there and win park games like they used to. You took away the fact that nobody has to get first legend or first rep, or all that nonsense is gone, because you got Fortnite style seasons and everybody in the world can hit 40. My grandma could hit 40, win 15% of her games if she really wanted to. I can get good old grandma to come out here and say, hey, I'm about to be legend and get me a bird. Come on, 2K, a bird. We got to do better, please. But this is the first start into making the park and the rec better again. You have to do those things. If you don't do those things, the park and the rec are just going to be 2 game modes that nobody really wants to play. And they're just playing them to get mindless rep till they get 40. And then they're not going to play the game anymore. Give people a reason, please, 2K. Thank you. Spread love in the world. Don't spread no hate in the world. There's too much of that garbage in the world. Do something good for somebody that you know. Do something good for somebody that you don't know, because you never know what you can do that could change somebody's life. It could change their day, their week, their month, their year, their entire existence by you doing something that could be considered very, very small to you, but it can be very, very large to that person. So please do something good for somebody that you know in your family. Do something good for somebody that you don't know out there on the street. Just spread love and positivity. And love and positivity will follow you. I promise you, that is how the world works. That is the yin and yang of things. Sid67, I'm out of here. Make the win streaks matter again.